Bleh. Hello, everyone. I am BowserJrXD. Welcome to. Oh, shoot. Yeah, great. Yeah, great for me to wait for me to stop. I almost forgot to get the sponsor. Welcome to the AWS Emilia Romagna Grand Prix at the Autodromo Enzo e Dino Ferrari. Race 7 of 24 for Formula 1 in 2025. Beginning the European swing at one of the worst freaking circuits in the damn schedule. But I guess it's a driver favorite, so what do I know? Hey, I think maybe by this point I'll have remembered all the corner names. Piastri got the pole. Gee, no shocker there. And the second Red Bull underperformed Verstappen. Also, no. Well, he wrecked, so I don't know. Also maybe not a complete shock. Colapinto's fans are being crazy. Oh no, shocker there. Oh yeah, first race for Franco Colapinto since he got since the end of last year. Since Jack Doohan got fired. Well, at least he got 7 races, including the one last year. But damn, that freaking sucks, and it's freaking stupid. All right, so real quick, let's go over the starting lineup for today's race. Just because I got 6 minutes to race time. All right, starting 20th. Okay. All right, starting 20th, driving the number 22. Red Bull Honda for Oracle Red Bull Racing, 25 years old from Sagamihara, Japan. Yuki Tsunoda, he's starting in the pit lane. Starting 19th, driving the number 87, Haas Ferrari for MoneyGram Haas F1 team. 20 years old from Havering, United Kingdom, Oliver Behrman, the first rookie. Starting, I call a Pinto, I wouldn't call a rookie anymore. But then again, I call Lawson a rookie. Forget. Starting 18th, driving the number 31, Haas Ferrari for MoneyGram Haas F1 team. 28 years old from Évreux, France, Esteban Ocon. Starting 17th, driving the number 27, Kick Sauber Ferrari for Stake F1 team Kick Sauber. 37 years old from Emmerich am Rhein, Germany, Nico Hulkenberg. Starting 16th, driving the number 43, I think it's the number 43, Williams Mercedes for Atlassian Williams Racing. Yeah, he's driving 43. 21 years old from Pilar, Argentina, Franco Colapinto. Starting at 15th, driving the number 30, Racing Bulls Honda for Visa Cash App Racing Bulls F1 team. 23 years old from Hastings, New Zealand, Liam Lawson, the second of the 5 rookies. I can call Colapinto a rookie. He'll probably run the rest of the season if I had to make a guess. So, rookies 2 and 3. Starting 14th, driving the number 5, Kick Sauber Ferrari for Stake F1 team Kick Sauber. 20 years old from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Gabriel Bortoleto, the 4th rookie. Starting 13th, driving the number 12, Mercedes for Mercedes AMG Petronas F1 team. 18 years old from Bologna, Italy, Kimi Antonelli. The first time he's qualified outside the top 10, I think. On the second highest rookie. Starting 12th, driving the number 44 Ferrari for Scuderia Ferrari HP. 40 years old from Stevenage, United Kingdom, Lewis Hamilton. Also, did I really say that I made a mistake. Obviously, Colapinto is not driving for Williams. He's driving the Alpine Renault for BWT Alpine F1 team. I only just clicked now, a few places later. Starting 11th, driving the number 16, Ferrari for Scuderia Ferrari HP. 27 years old from Monte Carlo, Monaco, Charles Leclerc. Now the top 10, starting 10th, driving the number 10, Alpine Renault for BWT Alpine F1 team. 29 years old from Rouen, France, Pierre Gasly. Starting 9th, driving the number 6, Racing Bulls Honda for Visa Cash App Racing Bulls F1 team. 20 years old from Paris, France, Isaac Hadjar. Starting 8th, driving the number 18, Aston Martin Mercedes for Aston Martin Aramco F1 team. 26 years old from Montreal, Canada, Lance Stroll. Starting 7th, Driving the number 23 Williams Mercedes for Atlassian Williams Racing. It's the British-born Thai driver, Alex Albon. Starting 6th, driving the number 55 Williams Mercedes for Atlassian Williams Racing. 30 years old from Madrid, Spain, Carlos Sainz Jr. Starting 5th, driving the number 14 Aston Martin Mercedes for Aston Martin Aramco F1 team. 43 years old from Oviedo, Spain, Fernando Alonso. Starting 4th, driving the number 4 McLaren Mercedes for McLaren Formula 1 team. 25 years old from Bristol, United Kingdom, Lando Norris. Starting 3rd, driving the number 63 Mercedes for Mercedes-AMG at Petronas F1 team. 27 years old from Kings Lynn, United Kingdom, George Russell. Starting on the outside pole, driving the number 1 Red Bull Honda for Oracle Red Bull Racing. 27 years old, it's the Belgian-born Dutch driver, Max Verstappen. And to that note, I forgot to say that Alex Albon is 29. Okay, and on the pole, driving the number 81 McLaren Mercedes for McLaren Formula 1 team with a pole time of 1 minute 14.67 seconds and an average speed of 162.137 miles per hour or 260.924 kilometers per hour. 24 years old from Melbourne, Australia, Oscar Piastri. That is their starting lineup for today's AWS Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Alrighty.
Might not get that quite here though with the gravel waiting for you if you make a mistake, but we've seen all throughout.
Now waiting for the parade lap. I have to use a stream because I'm home and don't have ESPN 2.
Inside the gravel. There is high drama here with a high probability of a safety car too, and the temperatures, and they've hotted up as well. That could well play a factor when it comes to tyres.
Slightly hotter conditions to what we had in qualifying yesterday, and when it gets hotter, as we know, the McLaren is so kind on its tyres that that's going to be their advantage today. So therefore, you have to say,
the trophy features a tire track inlay shaped like the Paratella corner at turn 9. I'm gonna have the map up. Paratella is the only corner that I haven't memorized yet. Okay, it's the one after Tosa. Okay. Now I'll never understand why turn 1 and turn 8 count as turns. Or 19 I can get. They're barely turn, whatever, you know, whatever. They're kinks, basically. So, for those who aren't completely familiar with the track design, I'll try to go over it. They head straight into the kink, also known as the Variante Bassa, and then head into the first. Okay, so they're going through it now.
Interestingly, we will see the likes of Fernando Alonso.
Is there no Crofty today?
The top 10. Whilst brilliant yesterday in qualifying on a medium, well, it'll be slightly used compared to those around us, and those are the type of strategies we could be seeing today. Going towards a one.
I mean, he wasn't here last year. It was Harry Benjamin. All right, so then they head towards the Villeneuve chicane. It's the Tamburello chicane, 2, 3, and 4. Then they head down to the left-hander. And then another smaller chicane, the Villeneuve chicane. Then they hang left in the slight hairpin, known as Tosa. They go down another kink to turn 8, and then left for the Paratella. It's a left-hander. They head down through another kink to turn 10, and then head to the Aqua Minerale chicane for turns 11, 12, and 13. Man, this code is making me sound awesome. I think. Then it's a right-hander from out of the Aqua Minerale chicane to another smaller chicane known as the Variante Alta. Then it's kind of a straight run all the way to the last three of the last 4 turns known as the 2 Ravazzas. And then it's a small right-hander out of the Ravazzas until you cross the start-finish line. That is the track layout for the Autodromo Enzo A. Dino Ferrari. This track length 3.363 miles or 5.412 kilometers. The race distance will be 57 laps. Just over 300, which is 300 kilometers plus 1 lap.
presence of George Russell and the two Aston Martins as well. We're led to believe it's anywhere up to 5 to 7 meters deficit from an old tyre to a new tyre just off the line.
So that could really affect the starts, as you say, for the likes of Fernando Alonso, George Russell, just confirming those further back who've opted for the hard tyre. Hamilton and Antonelli, along with Hülkenberg, Behrman and Yuki Tsunoda too.
All right, they head to their pit stalls.
On the pole side, which is on the left-hand side, and so you have to, as we've just seen there, angle yourself almost towards the racing line.
Is to keep the car as straight as possible, so you don't have to put any extra angle of attack into the car under acceleration. So it looks like he's angled it towards Max Verstappen, but it's to ensure that he ggets a straight line.
Wow. I show how far behind I am. When I see on the leaderboard they've already gone off. Unless it's... No, they're racing.
Pole on the left-hand side here. It's about a 400-meter run down from pole to turn 1. The pit lane 2, incredibly long, one of the longest here. That's going to come into a factor when the strategy starts to play out itself. If we get
Well, I can't even check the...
seconds longer time you're spent in the pit lane compared to where we were a couple of weeks ago in Miami. But as they all line up on that starting grid, right at the back will be the two Haas cars of Oliver Behrman and Esteban Ocon. From the pit lane is the Red Bull of Yuki Tsunoda as Red Bull celebrates.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lights are out. We're racing at Imola. Here they go down. They head down into the kink. And then heading to the Villeneuve chicane. Verstappen gets a run around the outside. He's gonna take the lead through Tamburello. George Russell holds stout in third place. Want to be the only pass we see all day. One of the Saubers looks like he's gonna fall back to third from last, considering that Tsunoda's in the pit lane. I'm more impressed they managed to run side by side. Wait, it's 63 laps? Since when? Okay. Could have sworn it was 57, but that's a long race. That's 340 kilometers.
Breaking effort by Max Verstappen. I can't wait to see the replay of that one. And now, of course, he's absolutely heading off into the distance. He knows he's got to make this gap while he can to protect himself of the DRS. But Piastri will be sitting there cool at the moment. Now he's got to start looking at the long
DRS. There's only one DRS detection zone. It's on the back stretch.
Charging Lando Norris, who had a slightly better getaway as well. Lando Norris now staring at the back of that Mercedes.
Possibly a problem for Esteban Ocon, who's just come into the pits at the end of lap 1. Gainers coming through as we start lap 2. Charles Leclerc made his way up into the top 10 at the expense of Isaac Hadjar.
Oh, why is Ocon on pit road? What happened?
At the end of the pit lane going for the hard tires, a 2.6
oh,
second stop. So
it's so they're going. This is their two-stop strategy.
The move, inch perfect from Verstappen, keeping all the wheels on the right side of the line. Verstappen showing why he's a reigning champion.
Absolutely, he had, to be fair to Piastri as well, he gave him room, could have easily been contact, and you have to wonder if it was the other way around, how it would have played out, but amazing once again from Verstappen. So decisive, it's so hard to pull off, but you've got to have trust in your opponent as well. That's exactly what he had in Oscar Piastri, and many people would be looking at Piastri thinking, you could have gone in a bit quicker, you could have made Verstappen's life a little bit harder there.
Well, there is still a long way to go in this race. There's a high probability.
Oh, shit, I hit the wrong button.
All weekend long. Further back in the pack, Hamilton is one of the losers too, losing a position after lap 1. Kimi Antonelli's made a gain, both still outside.
Yeah, because fast way to say that, Antonelli passed Hamilton, and now Hamilton's trying to get it back, but he won't get it. Hadjar, who started in the top 10, is back to 11th.
Hamilton to at least draw alongside. That gives him hope that if Antonelli finds himself in a vulnerable position, as we see Leclerc and Pierre Gasly.
Oh, Gasly goes off. Oh, man. That's a bumpy ride to the gravel. Forced off by Charles Leclerc. He's going to fall back to 17th. No, he's going to fall like to 14th. Excuse me.
All the way down to 14th, just ahead of Liam Lawson. Charles Leclerc fighting hard with the Frenchman there.
Making good use of those medium tyres that he started on. I was going to say that Hamilton's on the same tyre as Antonelli as well, the hard tyre, so that's why he found things a little bit tougher at the start compared to his teammate there.
Verstappen putting a lead now over 1.5 seconds. Kimi Antonelli coming through your picture now. Having made up position, started down in 13th, now actually up into 11th.
Also, I wrote down the track length wrong. I had Miami's. My notes are from Miami. So it's 3.05 miles long, aka 4.909 kilometers. Oops.
Opening up when you're within a second of the car in front. Well, we're being told it's around 0.7 to a second you need of delta time over the car in front to have a chance at making the overtake. But it's so easy to get stuck in a train.
But that delta, don't forget, is according to the fact that, or accounting for the fact you have DRS compared to your opponent not having it. So when you're in this DRS train, as we call it,
And no one can get an advantage.
this problem of just being stuck, it's effectively like having no DRS at all.
I mean, but, all the thing is, there's only one DRS zone, which is down the front stretch. So,
Charles Leclerc up inside the top 10. Lewis Hamilton still chasing down Kimi Antonelli, and now the other Ferrari of
all right, lap 4. We have 60 laps to go.
now lost positions down to 14th. He's managed to stabilize there. Leclerc, a man on a mission here, trying to make up for a poor qualifying for both Ferraris yesterday. Closing in on the back of Lance Stroll's Aston Martin. First
Oliver Behrman's on Hulkenberg and Tsunoda are also on the hards. I don't know if they, sorry, Antonelli and Hamilton. I don't know if they pit for him, but,
points. In fact, he's the only driver
or if that was how they started.
any points so far. Here he comes. Charles Leclerc with the DRS, but Stroll
It's a train. I don't know what you're expecting. I think it's a train all the way to second place. Not, it's a train from, well, there are two different trains. 13th, throw back, and then I think third on back.
Take a look at the start again, Harry.
Yeah, so you can see Oscar
I mean, Piastri got a great start. Verstappen just aced that chicane so well.
under the slipstream of Piastri, who looks like he's got this sewn up until how late on the brakes do you want to go? That is surely one of the all-time turn one moves.
You know, the more times I watch it, the more impressed I am. The commitment, the excellence that Max had going into the braking zone. Yes, okay, he was on the racing line by the time he gets to the braking zone, so he knew he would have had a bit more speed. As we were on board with George Russell, he looks to the right, he's boxed in by Verstappen. No gap on the inside, but George is happy to protect P3.
Piastri, what was he doing?
George Russell wasn't too impressed with Piastri's turn one. Piastri just not aggressive enough there. Further back in the pack, Franco Colapinto
What happened with-
to keep his nose clean after a crash yesterday in qualifying.
It passed by Behrman, or one of the Haas. Could have been Ocon.
One of the Haas cars coming
And Hulkenberg.
by the Sauber as well. Quite cautious for Colapinto over the Piratella.
It was very cautious. Well, actually too cautious in the hairpin.
And this was Pierre Gasly.
Oh no, so he didn't get touched by Leclerc. He just went wide.
You kind of get the feeling that drivers are getting too used to having that sea of tarmac on the exit, and this was Lewis Hamilton's view of it.
Downhill through Aquaminerale.
It's one of those kind of situations where you have to admit defeat early on. The Ferrari's got their nose on the inside, like Leclerc did, and you give the other driver the problem in that situation. So usually you would see a driver trying to hang it around the outside, and you'd go off the track, and you'd come back on, and we'd be talking about track limits. That's why we love this circuit.
And well,
I mean, I don't like the circuit that much. I mean, I thought the F2 race is good, but we've definitely had better ones this season. Looking at you, Bahrain.
racing. Verstappen, though, starting to extend his lead. At this point, let's bring in race control. Bernie Collins joins us. Bernie, your first thoughts after the first 6 laps?
Yeah, well, a lot going on, Harry, but a lot starting on the medium tyre, which is largely what we expected, that one stop on the hard. So 2 little bits of information regarding the strategy to bring you.
There's
first one
Norris
out
and
for
Russell.
Remember last week, the alternative strategy for both drivers? And then when they did the pit stop, Lewis, the driver behind on the medium tyre. So watch out for that later on in the race. They have inverted the strategies again.
Claire reporting his mediums are better. No, yes, mediums are better than expected.
Once again, of Kimi Antonelli, and he's looking like the faster car right now. Kimi Antonelli's been saying this week, just struggling to find that last little bit to hook up a full lap. Was so upset with qualifying yesterday. Had to set up issue not going the way he would have wanted it, but at the moment, keeping Hamilton behind him, but they'll be working hard to do so.
Any sense of vulnerability that Hamilton can sniff a chance on the back of Kimi Antonelli, he's going to be decisive in his overtake, but he just needs that moment. So Antonelli under huge pressure at this point. He must try to put that pressure on Hadjar and be the hunter rather than the hunted.
George Russell looking a little under pressure as well from the second McLaren of Lando Norris, closing up in the latter part of this lap. Max Verstappen extending his gap to almost 2 seconds to the leading McLaren Oscar Piastri, who was in second. Lando Norris with a dose of DRS. Russell won't get any. He's too far back from Piastri ahead. Here we go then. Down the start, finish straight. Piastri makes his way through. There's the battle for third. There's Lando Norris with the DRS. So too, Fernando Alonso's under pressure from Carlos Sainz. The two Spaniards might be going toe-to-toe. Down into Tamburello. George
Don't know pass. Or many of them.
of Lando Norris. Kimi
Looks like
Antonelli.
each of them looks like they had a burst of wind on the next. But then when that happens, no one has a burst of wind on the next.
During Tamburello, so he just about gets away with it, but Hamilton was right there, like I spoke about before. So he saw that moment, as I did, in the right-hand section of Tamburello chicane. Lewis immediately focused on getting a much better exit and on the attack down towards the Villeneuve chicane, but no luck this time around. And you're absolutely right, Harry. Norris starting to close in on the back of George Russell, who starts this race, don't forget, does Russell, on a set of used medium tyres from qualifying. They've had a lot of punishment so far, so Lando's got to play it right here, and that lives with you the whole time, that deficit, the offset in tyre age. It's not just like it's one lap that's gone from them. What are we looking at here?
Oh, someone went off. Colapinto went off. Kept it going. Didn't lose a spot. Just lost DRS range, I guess.
That first hairpin on lap one, lost a position, then into Piratella as well, and off the track again.
From the pit lane as well, Yuki Tsunoda is closed up to the back of Ollie Bevan, was struggling to get through. But here is the battle at the moment for the final step of the podium. George Russell hasn't finished outside the top 5 all year. Lando Norris struggling in qualifying so far this year, but strong in the races. Just focusing on picking up the points when he can't be battling right at the top. But right now he's staring at the back of that Mercedes, side by side through the Villeneuve chicane. Oh so close for Norris, who just has to bail out of it. Russell gave it the room, but in the end, well, the road runs out.
That's exactly what Hamilton was thinking about doing with Kimi Antonelli before. So Norris has learned a lesson there, but equally so has Russell. He's realised if I go in on the inside, on the defensive, into the Tamburello chicane, I know I have to at least meet the apex, because what Russell did there, he ran out a bit too wide through turn 2. Then he runs out wide in turn 3, and that's where Norris was under almost the same way that Norris was able to overtake him actually a few weeks ago.
All right, we're at 55 laps to go.
Again and again, and you get the run that you need. So now Norris, he might have used a bit of overtake there as well.
I'm not sure how I'm going to make it to the target. Pushing like this.
So yeah, the teams will give the drivers target lap time and lap that they're aiming for in the race. And Russell said, I'm having to push way too hard here to keep the hard-charging Lando Norris's McLaren behind.
Here he comes once again. McLaren straight line speed wasn't as good as their rivals yesterday, but at the moment he's looking quicker than the Mercedes ahead. But Russell with the track advantage, but two different lines coming through. Tamburello spat out on the exit. Here we go then.
Norris trying to get to the inside for the Villeneuve chicane. Can't get there. He would be able to pass anywhere outside of Tamburello. To the Tosa. And there's Alonso who's getting closer to this fight. And Carlos Sainz as well, back in P6.
He's got a fast car here as well. Able to keep up with George Russell, and don't forget, their tyre age is exactly the same. So, or actually Alonso, if anything, slightly older tyres, because he did it on old tyres already in qualifying. So impressive stuff from the Aston Martin.
Just drove on the grass.
It's not a penalty.
He's saying that I didn't push him off. He decided to drive on the ground. Basically,
Oh,
Lando
wait.
tried the outside one lap, so he tries the inside the next lap. George had it covered. Lando goes onto the grass. I don't see any issue there at all.
Yeah, I'd like to see
Verstappen's lead is now 2 seconds.
perspective. We're looking at Lando Norris, but we were from Fernando Alonso's perspective, holding on to that top 5 at the moment. I tell you, the problem for Lando Norris is that he'll be so keen to get by George Russell because the top 2 are starting to peel away now. There is 5.7 seconds between Russell and Piastri, but
Let's see if Norris can have to run this time.
will he be put down a position
Nope.
around the outside of Tamburello? No, Leclerc. No, he doesn't. Norris, I should say, cuts back in, but a little bit of the
And we try. Can he get it through the Villeneuve chicane? Goes to the outside.
to the right, not the inside.
Nope. Oh, here he goes. First pass since the first damn lap. Well, besides guests getting running off the track. Alrighty. So now let's see if Lando can catch up. And oh my God, that is a DRS train. Why am I? Hold on. Volume should be down. There we go.
A lot of confidence what's come later on in this race. Clearly got the speed. Had to do it multiple times, and he's sizing up his competitor and realised how he was going to make the overtakes. What I was talking about before, the crossing of lines. He tried the outside first time, goes to the inside the second time, then recommits to the outside for that one final push. Knew he had the grip and the pace to go around the outside into the Villeneuve chicane. Lando Norris can't overtake. Yes, he can.
Norris up to third as George Russell continues to look like he is struggling out there. And
Russell being told to pit.
to come into the pits, a couple of other pit stoppers in the last lap around. Let's head down.
I think I heard Leclerc pit. He's down in 17th.
What we're seeing now is this medium tyre, not a good race time, not lasting to the target lap of 19 or 20. So George Russell coming in and getting off it quick, smart. That might give him some options. And then a little bit slow.
That was very ginger. 2.4 for Russell. Sainz is in the pit as well. Let's see what his pit time is. 3.4.
Two-stop races here.
Okay, well, that's what Pirelli were trying to introduce. It might not be the way they planned it out initially, but we are getting an intriguing battle as Hamilton will make his way through, staying out on the harder.
Hamilton started on the hard tires. He's in 8th. He's in 9th now. Leclerc is now ahead of both of them. Right, Leclerc pit, which is actually kind of interesting. Leclerc, I think he started 11th. He's now past the driver who started 3rd.
Piastri plan A, very ambitious at the moment, so we're hearing more and more to make these tyres last is proving difficult, and Charles Leclerc has caused a spanner in the works too for those still out there.
Plan A being the one-stopper inevitably for McLaren. So when you're in the lead, as Max Verstappen is, you've got to keep that track position. And it gives the hard tyre runners, like Lewis Hamilton there, a bit of an advantage at this stage in the race, you'd have to say. But they now have to start clearing the drivers in front of them on those mediums. Sorry, Harry, I saw a lot of graining, by the way, on the right rear of George Russell's tyre when he came into the pit, as well as the Williams that followed him behind. I think it was Sainz.
Lap 13 of 63, and the pit stop's coming earlier than we anticipated. It's really worked out so far for Charles Leclerc, but look at that in the boxing picture. Fernando Alonso's just come in for a pit stop. Flames on the interior of his wheel hub as he heads out, but then distinguished as he applies the power, making his way back, rejoins in 15th place. So Charles Leclerc has picked Fernando Alonso as well, ahead of George Russell, and has just set the fastest lap too. Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri.
Fastest lap, yeah, Leclerc. Let's see, his fast lap is 1 minute 20.505.
Charles Leclerc, and that's something to watch because that's what's going to drive the two McLarens to pit. They're currently 26 seconds ahead of Leclerc. So as he starts to close that gap, as that hard starts to work, that's what's going to drive the McLaren to pit. Wonder what I watch out for was Ocon was in box on lap 1 of that medium tyre. That seemed like a planned stop for him.
Oscar
Piastri in the pit road, on pit road.
Stays out a little bit slow on the front right.
Oh, bad stop. 3.6 seconds. Well, yeah, that's a bad stop in F1 standards. Come on, one more.
Piastri, that will cost him time.
I mean, it was going to be a very ambitious undercut anyway, wasn't it? With the 2 seconds that he was behind or so from Max Verstappen. But that's certainly not going to help their cause down at McLaren.
Oscar Piastri then feeds out down in
Norris is 10
place.
seconds
So,
behind Verstappen.
him by that 5 seconds at the moment. So working out once more for Charles Leclerc. Let's get a
Alonso
look at this
pit.
Alonso replay. We saw it live, picture in picture. Hits his marks, changes the tyres, on go the hards. All looks okay.
What happened?
Until there. Front left first,
Oh,
then
there's a
front
fire
right.
on both tires.
Flames.
Oh, that's what I thought it said Lando. I'm real confused. Looking at the Piastri one, they had trouble getting off the right front tire, and a little hesitation with dropping the jacks.
It would be okay, but clearly a lot of brake temperature there, at least on the Aston
We're now at, well, we were at, now at 50 laps to go, now 49 laps to go.
Full of fuel to start the race. So Max Verstappen continues to lead this race. Has stayed out another lap. He's got over 10 seconds to Lando Norris. Oscar Piastri, who has pitted, is down 31 seconds on the pace. We're looking at about a 28.
Stroll pits.
21 seconds pit loss time, depending on which team you are. Let's see how that pans out. Stroll into the pits. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton, who has stayed out on those hard tyres, along with Kimi Antonelli, still
Oh, happened.
Antonelli ahead.
But Stroll's pit stop, 3.6.
Stroll in the Aston Martin, both Aston Martin starting inside the top 10, but it was better news for Fernando Alonso, but actually he's lost some positions as well after the pit stops play themselves out. Stroll feeds out behind his teammate.
It looked like it could have been the right rear that was the problem that time for Lance Stroll. As Hamilton continues on his way. Now it looks like Antonelli's just slightly falling back from the racing bulls there of Isaac Hadjar. Maybe he's taken a bit of a breather to give the tyres a bit more longevity. But I must say that even the hard tyre of Lewis Hamilton doesn't look like it's in tip-top condition. We are set for a two-stopper race here, which is, I think, great news. Maybe not for the teams, but for us, at least it gives you more delta in tyre offsets and therefore more potential overtaking.
We love it. Two stops. Maybe the teams don't like it, Ted, but we certainly do.
Well, let's see, shall we? I mean, Red Bull, in not responding to Oscar Piastri, they bought themselves a lap or two with that slowish stop for the McLaren. But I'm just watching Hannah Schmitz talk to her colleagues on the Red Bull pit wall. They've got about a lap before they need to make a decision. Verstappen's safe to Piastri at the moment. Might not be for too much longer, is Hamilton?
Making the move, Lewis Hamilton has been stuck behind that Mercedes for far too long than he would like. Both running on the same strategy. Kimi Antonelli is ahead of him, being powered on by the home crowd. Born in Bologna, about 40 kilometres east of here. Wasn't the qualifying he wanted, Antonelli, but at the moment, work to do to keep Hamilton behind, but at the moment he is doing it. Lap 16 of 63, Bertie Collins in race control. Just want to bring you in here. So Max Verstappen in this Red Bull strategy. So he's elected to stay out. We've seen already that the undercut is powerful here, but at the moment he's still got seconds over Oscar Piastri to make this work.
Yeah, it needs to be very soon. It needs to almost be this lap, I think. If they're going to cover, it needs
I think Piastri is starting to gain back the time. About a second or so.
Is that heat related? There's a number of teams have had issues with the wheel nuts and the pit stops here.
Still all over the back of Kimi Antonelli. So that gap actually between Verstappen and Norris come down slightly from 10 seconds now down to 9.8.
Of course, Norris would have taken out a lot of energy and therefore wear from his tyres in fighting George Russell so hard.
What's going to be interesting here actually is Lewis Hamilton will get another dose of DRS as Oscar Piastri, as he tries to close the pit loss gap. At the moment, he stands at 30.6 seconds. The car in front of him is Yuki Tsunoda in the Red Bull, who started, remember, from the pit lane. I wonder if there could be a bit of strategy in tow there from the Red Bull team as well. Once Piastri gets up right to the back of the Japanese driver.
So car behind is Piastri at 1.5 seconds. He is Max's race, so do your best to hold him up.
On cue. There we go. Well, let's see if Tsunoda
Wait,
can keep
half the top 10 haven't pit yet?
Piastri with the
I didn't realize that.
on special tyres, but Tsunoda, as we know, with the track position so important around here. Here is Oscar Piastri. The pit lane time lost 28 seconds, give or take a few. At the moment, the gap there 30.7. So Max Verstappen can afford to stay out, but by how many more laps? Piastri starting to get stuck behind.
Yeah, Tsunoda being a blocker, of course.
Another 2 seconds up the road.
And that's the problem for Piastri right now, isn't it? So
Behrman has
how
DRS.
faster he exits the last two corners compared to the older
Sorry, no.
tyres of the car.
Tsunoda will get DRS from Behrman.
In front of him has got DRS as well. So that could be a real problem for Piastri right now, and something that McLaren surely would have seen in their strategy. But yeah, so we got right through the final corner here. Look how much better the exit is for Piastri. It should be easy enough for him.
Let's see.
But here we go.
Coming down
Across the line,
one
the
stretch.
DRS now is open. He draws closer.
Defending
To the outside.
defend with what? This is why they have the number 2 driver there.
Woo! What? And he made it past it. He made it work in the Tamburello chicane. Which is like basically the only place to pass. Well, besides apparently the Villeneuve chicane.
Inside the top 10 now after his pit stop. He's picked off
It's the second pass I've seen all day, besides outside of lap 1, because that doesn't freaking count.
Yeah. And now, of course, he has his sights set on Behrman in front, as you say, Harry. So it felt to me like the top end speed there of the Red Bull was an absolute equal, if not slightly better. Made it uncomfortable for Piastri on the run up towards Tamburello. Behrman might be a bit of an easier customer.
Oh, of course it'd be an easier customer.
Piastri at the moment with that undercut attempt. 32.5 seconds between him and Max Verstappen, who leads this race. Lando Norris staying out there as well on that medium tyre, just under 10 seconds back from Verstappen.
And if anything, Norris is slightly falling back from Verstappen as well. Goes to show just how.
Well, he's under 10
Verstappen is
seconds,
on
relatively
tyres at the
speaking.
moment. And, well, also, we should completely ignore next time he tells us how much faster the McLarens are in race pace. Here we go then, Piastri on the attack with Behrman in front.
Oliver Behrman, who was so disappointed not to get through into Q2 yesterday, doesn't fight that one too hard.
All right, Behrman passes. He puts the DRS. Is up to 9th place. Question is, can he reel back in the time on the hard tires to get his margin down?
10th spot, Behrman yet to pit.
So Colapinto next in line, next target for Oscar Piastri.
Wise words from Tom Stallard on the pit wall to Oscar Piastri, keeping his driver, not that he needs it, to keep calm. Oscar Piastri really seeing that personality develop this year into cool as ice, but he's
All right.
worked
Only
hard.
5 drivers still on mediums.
The problem for Piastri right now, of course, Harry, is that he's using up valuable energy from his tyres and overtaking these cars in front of him that are clearly committing or trying to commit more towards a one-stopper. This is the problem with this circuit and this team. They know on paper a pure 2-stop would be a better way, but if it means you're stuck in traffic and therefore damaging your tyres more so, that's what makes the one-stopper quite tantalising. But you have to make it work, and clearly he was in an uncomfortable position behind Max before. Now this should be a simple overtake as well, a DRS pass on the Argentine.
Yep.
Down the main straight, there we go.
Colapinto then lets out the way for Oscar Piastri now up.
Oh, so a couple laps. Last lap was 45 laps to go.
63 as Tsunoda is having a nice battle with Charles Leclerc, who was really gained from the early pit stoppers. Now coming into that traffic down the inside. That's a little look through the Villeneuve chicane where Tsunoda, the scene of his huge crash yesterday, what has that done? His confidence going through there. He'll be putting it out of his mind. Tsunoda yet to pit and started from the pit lane, starting to see a little bit of graining on the inside of that rear right as well, but over the top of the hill at Piratella, stays in front.
The key for us is pre-air and going long.
That's exactly what we were talking
So,
about, wasn't it?
looks like so. Obviously, Max and Lando are going for the 1-stop.
More slip angle going through the tyre and wear, so that's what Piastri's had to suffer with these 3 cars. He's found his way by, and now Leclerc in the same position. So good advice to Lando Norris. Verstappen's doing exactly the same thing as well out in front.
Hamilton's been chasing Antonelli for the last few laps.
So those 4 on the medium tyres have all stayed out yet to pit, Ted.
So if Will Joseph is telling Lando the key is free air and going long, neither of those applied to Oscar Piastri. He's not had at all any free air until more or less now. Oh, take it, Harry, as an overtake.
Here we go then. Tsunoda has been battling Charles Leclerc, but Tsunoda to the inside. Let's have a
Leclerc takes the position for 11th.
Alex 21.8. 21.8. It's clearly a one stop there. If Alex is there, it's 21.8.
1:21.8. That's his lap time.
Interesting messages there being picked up by the Williams. That was Carlos Sainz. So Albon then potentially doing a one-stop. Will Sainz follow? Well, he won't. He's already pitted. So Albon as well, staying out in third for the time being. Ted, did you want to come back?
It's just, I thought I saw a couple of Red Bull mechanics down here getting ready for a pit stop, but why? At the moment, Oscar's having a mare. They don't need to at the moment. They can just run. They're running nicely into the first stint. They can have nice, fresh tyres, as you and Ant have been saying in the second stint, on the one stop. We're 3 laps into the pit stop window early on.
Still think I have to cut these guys. There is no
I'm going for the undercut.
And we are not ruling out plan C. Understood.
Yeah, Ferrari don't want to do a Piastri, do they? So pit back into a load of traffic. So yeah, nothing going at Red Bull at the moment.
No, they've seen it, and they've seen how Piastri is struggling. Is now up to the back of Nico Hulkenberg. Sauber in 7th place, who is yet to finish.
Such an
I hear my phone rumbling, but I don't know where I put it. I'll find out later.
Then that must be the way to go, because it limits your pit stops, limits the amount of time you're in traffic. And I just wonder, Bernie Collins in Sky Race Control, what your opinion is right now as it stands.
Well, the medium tyre went through a period between lap 10 and 15 where it was really, really struggling, and it's recovering. They told Norris earlier on this tyre might come back, and it is. For Norris, Verstappen, Albon, Hadjar, all on that medium from the start. It's actually running okay now. But the key
So yeah, there's a period of not fun in the middle of the run, where at the end of the run, the medium tire starts to cooperate. Whack.
In the beginning of the race does appear to be struggling a little bit on the hard.
It's like the real track road or something. Just a bit of movement, even a straight line.
Now, George Russell, even on the way to the formation, that was saying that the rear felt so unstable, wasn't comfortable with it.
Exactly, and he asked the team to check the rear of the car as he pulled up, for those of you that missed that comment. So I wonder what is going on with the rear end of that Mercedes, because we were all expecting a little bit more performance. We've seen it all weekend so far from the Mercedes.
Coming on pit road, it's Colapinto.
So the Argentine comes in his Alpine. Charles Leclerc lining up a move on Oliver Behrman, from the current Ferrari driver to a Ferrari junior driver. Forced to the outside is Behrman, slots behind Charles Leclerc, who has a little bounce out of the corner there, but holds on to that Ferrari as he continues to make his way up through the field. Now into 9th, has the fastest lap as well. And Oscar Piastri a little earlier on Nico Hulkenberg.
Oh, for 7th.
Down the inside of the Sauber, who are celebrating 600 races this weekend.
That's crazy.
Too hard for the journey.
And neither did the Haas of Ollie
Maybe
Behrman.
not crazy. I don't know.
With Charles Leclerc.
The car bouncing off the curbs. He's past Oliver Behrman.
George Russell is the next one coming up on the back of Yuki Tsunoda's Red Bull, but clearly struggling with the rear of that Mercedes, and not happy. Even in a straight line, so well, it's not really a straight line, is it actually?
We're looking through the data, struggling to see anything at the moment, is what Russell is told on the radio.
Rip.
How frustrating is that as a driver?
We're now at 40 laps to go.
The data doesn't support it, at least to the engineers.
Sometimes it gets into your head as well. You've already experienced huge amount of rear tyre degradation on your first stint on the medium tyre. And it is a very blustery day, so you start to overthink things potentially as well. Usually, the driver's gut feeling is right, and it's down to the engineers now to try and source through the data to see what on earth is potentially going on with his car.
Well, Russell currently down in 12th. Tsunoda is the car ahead of him, all quiet currently in the Mercedes garage. Up front though, Max Verstappen with that 9-second lead. There's his teammate Yuki Tsunoda, who's in front of George Russell, but Bernie Collins in Sky Race Control. So Max Verstappen, really, this has worked out perfectly for him so far. But what are Red Bull doing on the pit wall right now?
Yeah, I think it has. I think they're getting ready for a pit stop. I think, as Ted said, and it's not the other driver in their own car that's helping them out, but Hadjar in P4. Hadjar is driving a second slower than Verstappen, roughly, lap on lap. The gap between them is 28.5, 28.7. So he's holding up that tree in enough that soon Verstappen will have a pit window to come out in P4, and that's going to be crucial to his race. Obviously, if the lap times keep good, they'll extend as far as they can, but it's Hadjar that's really benefiting Verstappen at this stage.
Yeah, you're really going to need to come out in free air, aren't you, as we've learned through so many. This is Hamilton on Antonelli once again. This scrap continues between the two of them. Italian driver versus Italian car. Who do the fans cheer for?
Well, at the scene of the race where Lewis Hamilton left Kimi Antonelli a personal message in his driver room, which is now Antonelli's in that Mercedes motorhome, giving him advice and support. Was that advice about how to defend from him?
And look who's coming up. Look who's coming up on them now. It's Oscar Piastri. So the further he goes on through this race, and you work your way up through the field of people that have
Now, but this time it was a slight train. See how well Oscar can get through this.
Is now faced with. This is exactly what Verstappen and Norris are trying to avoid.
Piastri, who pitted onto that hard, but those ahead of him are on that hard and have been since the start. So older cars for them. This was once again
George Russell on Tsunoda. I could barely see that pass happen. I couldn't tell which car was which.
On Tsunoda and trying to get him up into 11th, and he has done so. And dropped Tsunoda now 1.2 seconds the gap ahead. As you were saying, and his Piastri is really close into the back of this fight. Now he should have the advantage, but with DRS, which Hamilton will get from Antonelli, Piastri will get from Hamilton. It's a train down to Tamburello. Which way does Piastri go? Picks his line side by side.
Piastri will get Hamilton for 6th.
On the outside, Piastri through on Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton knew that really wasn't his fight. His main focus is trying to get in front of the Mercedes of who now sits in front of Piastri. So Hamilton was never really going to defend that one too hard. He knows that the McLaren's too quick on a completely different strategy as well. Not his fight today.
Next up for Piastri is Kimi Antonelli just there, and then there is Isaac Hadjar, who just went over the hill in the distance, doing a sterling job, as we've been saying. Up in 4th at the moment, hasn't pitted the French rookie. He's looked quick all weekend long, has impressed really from the get-go, even after the misfortune of Australia on that formation lap. But right now, well, he's making the case to be a rather good number 2 at Red Bull.
And I don't know if he's doing it intentionally, Harry, but he's certainly helping Max Verstappen right now, because he can pit whenever he wants, as Bernie described. The gap now is over 30 seconds between Verstappen and Hadjar. So it's playing into Red Bull's hands right now. And in a way, thanks to the job that Hadjar's doing.
That window is there for Max Verstappen. Lando Norris hasn't really made any big gains while he's been up in 2nd. Again, yet to pit. It's his teammate who we've been seeing more of, who pitted, tried the undercut, but it not working. And now with DRS, he's trying to make his way up through the field. Next up is George Russell with a DRS. Sorry, Kimi
No,
Antonelli.
yes, sir. Yeah, Piastri passes Antonelli for 5th.
Gets through, coming through Tamburello again. Now, though, the harder charge, perhaps. Can Isaac Hadjar make that Racing Bulls car as wide as he possibly can on one of the narrowest tracks on the calendar?
Well, I'm sure he'll be vulnerable to Piastri.
Guys, come on, let's not be stupid.
I want.
You're doing a great job, you know, pulling away from Hadjar and Alonso.
Yeah, Albon's quietly getting on with a phenomenal drive.
Albon's in
So
3rd.
Still on those medium tyres. And, yeah,
I don't think Williams has had a podium since Spa 21, which is not a race people want to necessarily remember.
Kimi Antonelli.
There's the support in amongst the Tifosi, the Australian contingent wearing papaya. So I think Alex Albon's lap times have slightly dropped, which is why he's started to get a little bit tense on the radio as Oscar Piastri closes in once again on Isaac Hadjar. We'll try and line this up for Piastri coming out of the final corner. He'll get that dose of DRS. Let's see how hard Hadjar fights.
Hadjar won't have the DRS.
Closing to the inside. Hadjar will have the outside and through goes
You can't really
Piastri.
block that.
Hadjar
Piastri makes it to 4th,
on that one as Piastri
but he's over 30,
and up
oh,
into
31
fourth
seconds
place.
behind.
I mean, he's keeping his race alive, isn't he, Oscar Piastri? But heaven knows what he's doing to those tyres. And I think we're now seeing a little bit of movement at Red Bull Racing. They just want to play it safe now. Yes, they know they've got the gap. Verstappen's doing it, but they don't want to get too greedy, as Alex Albon just underlining. Is that Daniel Kvyat there? I see on the monitor.
It is.
Nice to see him. But yeah, let's just see. Crucial thing, what state are Oscar's tyres going to be like at the end? But actually, it's Lando who's coming in this lap, guys.
And on cue, there is the message from McLaren, and there are
All right.
mechanics waiting with a hard set of tyres. Max Verstappen then not coming in for the Red
All right,
Bull
Norris
team.
pitting for hards, presumably.
Hitting his
Yep.
brakes, wanting a speedy stop. It was a bit slow for Oscar Piastri. Not so the case for Lando Norris.
Yeah, much better stop this time around from McLaren. So yeah, they're forcing a potential undercut, but he's too far away from Verstappen. So Verstappen now will probably react to that one, but he's got time. He can have a couple of laps to react. But McLaren have seen how you can overtake. Oh, we've got a yellow flag here.
Oh,
Yellow flag. Lando Norris pitting to try and cover perhaps the other Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. He's come out.
yeah, what's the flag for?
Hamilton, the yellow
Oh, we got a Haas off.
Van
Is that...
who was,
It's
peeled
Ocon.
onto the
Okay.
grass on the exit of Toza. Stop the car. We have an
Looks like
issue
we're going to have a
with
safety
that
car then, which is a
safety car
great
just as Norris
virtual safety
pitted.
car.
Virtual safety car.
I went, really? Well,
This is going to benefit Max Verstappen
great.
hugely, but it's not the
Freaking
full
wonderful.
safety car.
Are you kidding me?
Virtual safety
Boo!
car.
Boo!
A delta, 18 seconds. The time lost still if you're in the safety car. Period. Bernie Collins, race control.
Verstappen should box at this opportunity. It's perfect for Verstappen.
Lucky bastard.
Slows everyone down,
He's
like
going to
I
win
said,
by over
he can
15
go
seconds
through
at
the
that
pit
point.
lane at his normal pace through that pit lane. He will gain around 10 seconds by stopping at this moment if it doesn't go green before he gets to the exit.
This could benefit them having stayed out and worked their way up into the top four on that medium tyre. Quick stop from Max Verstappen on a new set of the hard tyre. Peels his way to the end of the pit lane after a spectacular move on lap one into turn one. Verstappen, this race working out nicely for him, Ted Kravitz.
Well, you'd say long way to go, but you'd say it's almost guaranteeing him the win with this gift of a safety.
Well, no crap.
Unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
Albon comes in for a pit stop.
Yeah, but also, same could be said for Lando Norris. I mean, they weren't to know. They're not Mystic Meg at McLaren, are they? But Lando Norris pitting just a lap before the virtual safety car, also taking advantage of Hamilton. Oh, that's a tight escape from Antonelli into the path of the Ferrari. But
Yeah.
everybody else
Albon, Hadjar, Antonelli, Hamilton, Leclerc, Hulkenberg, Behrman, Russell, Sonoda, Sainz. They're all pitting.
into the Haas of Behrman.
Nose to tail coming through the pits. Verstappen leads this race. Piastri now back up into second. Lando Norris, who had just pitted before the virtual safety car, is up in third. But this is a real beneficial moment for the likes of Alex Albon, for Isaac Hadjar, who find themselves up into the top five, stayed out on the medium tyre, get a cheap pit stop. Good pace from both of them. And Antonelli and Hamilton, who were going long anyway on the hard tyre, well, might not be the worst case scenario for them as they peel out in 6th and 7th. Bear in mind, they both started this race outside the top 10.
So anyone that just pitted and knows exactly what Leclerc was saying. Why is it always me? You do need a bit of luck in these situations, and lots of people say you make your own luck, but right there, like for Norris, you know, how would you ever know that there was going to be a virtual safety car come out literally the lap after you had pitted?
Alex Albon and Isaac Hadjar will be in the thick of things once we get things back underway.
Also, only just noticed that the font on the Red Bull is different.
Pulling up on the side of the road. First DNF for Haas this year. It's been a bit of a miserable weekend. Esteban Ocon in particular has been, well, was up until qualifying, the slowest runner in all of the sessions. Right at the back.
So Piastri is coming out. I was just going to say, Harry, this is going to be interesting if Piastri weren't coming.
Piastri
because
pits.
He was just ahead of Norris on track. And then what do you do in terms of team orders? Surely you would have had to let Norris by, but they're not going to have to.
Bad stop again. Looks like there was a problem in the left rear.
Not going Piastri's way in the pits today.
No, Piastri really having to work for it, and through will go the Williams as well, of Albon up into the top 3 positions. So that VSC still out then, and coming to an end just as Piastri gets on the throttle and makes his way out of the pits in the nick of time. He'll be ahead of Isaac Hadjar. So with the VSC ending, green flag running.
All right, we're green again.
Straight away, Charles Leclerc.
Leclerc trying to get a run on. I think that is a Stroll. Not going to be fast enough. Now everyone's equalized. Well, kind of.
Yeah, Stroll, one of the only runners that didn't stop under that virtual safety car, so it should be easy pickings for Charles Leclerc. As disappointed as he is with the way it's turned out, he should at least be able to work his way past. Yes, Martin hasn't looked down the inside into Toza. Not so lucky this time. Stroll had it covered just about.
Well, looking in his mirrors, seeing where Charles Leclerc is. DRS back enabled. Here we go then. So this will be Esteban Ocon. Let's see if it's the engine.
Car died.
Just seems to conk out as he's coming out of the exit. So Esteban Ocon quickly pulls up to the side of the road. That was the reason for the VSC, and George Russell having to stamp on the brakes to avoid hitting the car in front of him, and even dicier manoeuvres for the pit lane. That looked like an unsafe release.
I think, yeah, that was an unsafe release. I'm sure that's going to be popping up on our timing screen at some point, and then it is, that was okay, I would say, with Mercedes. We need to see another angle of that.
It was the Ferrari.
Yeah, it was the Ferrari further back of Leclerc. That did look a bit unsafe, of an unsafe release, didn't it, from where we were sitting on board with Russell at the time. Antonelli put in Hadjar under a lot of pressure here.
These two raced together last year in Formula 2, now racing on the track in Formula 1. But Antonelli finding himself behind the Racing Bulls, and Antonelli not with the best exit out of Toza. Let's head down to Ted.
I think Behrman is retiring. He's come into the...
Oh, the other Haas is out too? Well, that's a pretty bad race for them.
But I think he might have a similar problem as Ocon. He's still in the box. I think he's retiring. Oh no. Going again? Well, anyway, potentially race ending anyway.
They have
Poor
sent
Ollie.
him back out, haven't they?
Yeah.
It was a strange one with Ocon. He still had the dashboard alive, I could see that, so you'd have to say not electronics. The engine didn't sound that healthy, but it's hard to hear under the sound of the other cars going around the track, in all honesty, from where we're sitting, Harry. But yeah, it's maybe power unit related, I have to say. Is still able to downshift as well, so I doubt it was a gearbox issue.
One Haas out and one Haas right at the back, which is proving to be a rather miserable weekend for the American team. Back on track though, George Russell.
Russell by Hulkenberg.
Inside of Mika Hulkenberg into Tamburello and makes 11th place his. Lance Stroll will be the car ahead of him, and Aston Martin making its way through the group.
And Leclerc has managed to find his way, not just past Stroll, both Aston Martin, so surely that's going to be the same case for George Russell as well. The Aston Martins hanging on, like we said before, hanging on to they're the only cars that didn't stop under that virtual safety car.
Well, now the two Ferraris, well, just less than 4 seconds separating them, but unlike how they qualified, it's reverse order, and now on split strategies too. Leclerc on the hard and Hamilton on the medium. Here's the other Williams of Carlos Sainz making his way past Yuki Tsunoda's Red Bull. This for 13th position.
Again, this guy touched me like in Ferrari.
So that was Sainz and
Look, you've got to have a significant part
Tsunoda.
side is he did.
Wow.
He was
Yeah, they got physical with that one.
with that part of the car around side. It should be. He should have been given a bit more room there, as the rule book says. And so that was a bit of a moan as Hamilton gets the move done finally. That he's been looking for.
Hamilton on Antonelli. The fastest trying to make all damn race.
Lovely move from Lewis Hamilton, carrying so much speed into Tamburello, which is where George Russell is making his way through now, right behind the two Aston Martins, as that incident we just saw between Sainz and Tsunoda has been noted by race control. So Hamilton finally unleashed from behind the Mercedes of Kimi Antonelli. Hamilton up to 6th. Antonelli now in between the two Ferraris. Russell then down in currently 11th spot, looking at the back of Lance Stroll's Aston Martin. Tough to find a way through this middle part of the lap. We'll have to settle to staring at the rear end of the green AMR car.
So for those of people out there wondering, well, if you've gone to the medium tyres, so you can see on the left hand of your screen there, Hamilton, Antonelli, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, can they make it through to the end of this race? Well, I would say based on what we've seen from the race so far, it is possible, and particularly as the track continues to rubber in, continues to cool down now at this time of day, and but also the fuel depletes in the car. So everything is in your favour to go in longer on these mediums than the start of the race.
No further investigation for that Sonoda and Sainz turn 2 collision. The stewards have deemed it racing incident on that behalf. But here we go then, down to Tamburello once more.
All right, Russell on Alonso and Stroll.
Lance Stroll defending on the inside.
Or no, so that's on Stroll. Next he'll go on Alonso.
And it's the works that gets through on the Aston Martin. Stroll still having a little look, but now falling further behind. He'll have to focus on Hulkenberg, who's right behind him.
Alonso was doing, or trying to do, Stroll a favour in giving him the DRS as well. The plan didn't work. Russell round the outside.
Aston Martin who have brought upgrades this weekend, combined with their heavy work into the tyres ahead of this weekend's racing. Well, great qualifying, but right now teetering on the verge of falling out of the points. Stroll has done so. Alonso down to 9th, but still only lap 36 of 63 of this race. Still so much more could happen. Really, this nice battle starting to unfold for us.
And one of the main benefactors from that virtual safety car, Harry, has to be Lewis Hamilton. That was absolute perfect timing for him to get his pit stop done. He's displaced Kimi Antonelli as well. He's on an absolute mission. Has DRS this time against Hadjar. He's a little bit far back maybe to make the move, but look at the straight line speed advantage. He goes around the outside.
Hamilton around Hadjar for 5th place.
Hamilton first, it was Antonelli, and now it is Hadjar up into the top 5. He's making a habit of that now down the outside into Tamburello.
That's the only place to pass. And so a lot of people are making it work.
Powered on for the first time in his career by the Tifosi on home soil for the Italian mark.
And Leclerc up in P8 as well, so I know he's disappointed probably that he's behind his teammate and that the virtual safety car didn't fall his way. Both Ferraris now comfortably inside the top 10.
Still worth keeping an eye on that brilliance of Alex Albon in third, who is having a brilliant race so far. Piastri's 3 seconds behind him at the moment. That battle coming perhaps in the next few laps though, so we'll keep an eye on that one as it unfolds. Max Verstappen, well, we haven't seen much of him since turn 1. It has gone his way so far. 18.5 seconds clear at the top. As these two on screen currently battling it out now. George Russell ahead, trying to find first of all got through on Fernando Alonso.
Easy when the car in front didn't have that DRS. Alonso knew it wasn't worth even defending on those older tyres as well. Now Kimi Antonelli under a lot of pressure. He's lost a lot of time here, hasn't he, since that pit stop compared to the Ferraris, and now it's Leclerc's turn to have a
So
look.
Leclerc will get him. Well, maybe next lap.
Second Ferrari, Antonelli holds firm. He's really having to work.
Well, the 2 laps will have 25 laps to go.
For Kimi Antonelli, particularly when it comes to those Ferrari drivers, and a little bit squirrely out of the corner.
P5 on the road, also.
Yeah, to use a lot of tires to get through those two.
Yeah, so Bernie, Lewis Hamilton, really, well, happy with being up in P5, but at what cost?
Yeah, you know, he has had to push to get through those. I think Lewis can go for P4. It's Albon's going to drop back a little bit, so Piastri and Lewis will both aiming for that Albon position. But remember that medium tyre for the first stint. Hamilton and Antonelli are now going through that overheating phase. They need to manage this phase and then push on the medium later on in the race.
If anyone can manage the tyres, you'd have to say it's Lewis Hamilton. The tyre whisperer, come on. He's, I think he...
Man, these
himself,
gaps
he's
are
got a bit
getting
more
crazy.
confidence, what he can do. What we've seen him do in the past as well is like Max Verstappen out in front. We said it before the start of the race. He's one of the masters at looking after the tyres, and Lewis has just now got to settle into that kind of rhythm and have that feeling. Here we go then.
Second Ferrari.
Here's another chance for Leclerc to get by Antonelli. He'll get it this lap. Now, well, next lap it'll be 25 to go.
Flies past Antonelli and up into the top 7. Antonelli now displaced to 8th ahead of Leclerc. Well, Isaac Hadjar is still holding on inside the top 6. And doing
This race actually has been, I think it's been a good race.
rookie.
Well, besides up front,
Still leads
but
almost 20 seconds to gap.
But the speed
take what you can
difference
get.
is shocking compared to what the Ferraris are able to do to poor old Kimi Antonelli there, and it's not a tyre thing because Hamilton's on the mediums as well. So since Antonelli went on to the mediums, he's suffered as much as George Russell was, you'd have to say, at the start of the race.
We saw even on Friday there was talk of the Ferrari race pace looking
Hamilton's
if not
right now has the fastest lap.
well.
Oh,
They are carving their way through the field again.
So that's what is his lap? It's a 1:19.473.
Williams, it's Alex Albon in third. Oscar Piastri is chasing him down. Will he be within DRS zone down the start-finish straight? The rear wing doesn't open, but he's closing in on him. But Ted Albon running a brilliant race so far for Williams.
And if anyone can look after the tyres and be the old Minister of Defence, then it's Alex Albon. I mean, he's done it before, hasn't he? Williams will be pinning everything to him, trying to keep Piastri behind. But Piastri's been so good overtaking so many people that you wouldn't put it past them. But Williams haven't given up on this podium. It's a tall order, and they might face just as much pressure from Hamilton.
I don't know. I mean,
from Piastri now, but make no
we'll see, I
mistake, Williams
guess.
are going for it. Oh, talk of going for it, Harry.
Hulkenberg on Alonso. This is for points. He's in the top 10.
On Fernando Alonso, welcome to the party, Sauber, and their 600th race.
Oh, the 600th for Sauber. Oh, they were talking about Hulkenberg.
Inside the top 10.
Said it earlier.
Well, where he was reserved not too long ago in the Sauber, gets himself up to the top 10 positions.
That P5 on the grid for Fernando Alonso and the momentous occasion of yesterday's qualifying must seem like a distant memory right now.
Just saw yellow flag infringement there for Albon, which has been noted, so we'll keep an eye on that. Tsunoda slowly working his way up the order from the pit lane and making his way past the second Aston Martin of Lance Stroll coming in to Tamburello. But back up front, the battle for the final step on the podium continues on lap 40. It's Alex
Here comes
Albon
Piastri to the inside.
from Oscar Piastri, but the McLaren with the advantage once again. Piastri makes
Piastri up to third. No further investigation for Albon for a turn 7 infringement.
So Williams can breathe a sigh of relief and get on with the rest of their race, but the McLaren back up into the top 3.
Surprised actually just how easy that was for Piastri. I know, of course, the speed of the McLaren you would expect it eventually, but Albon couldn't really do anything in that fight at all, could he? I thought I was in two minds. You either defend massively and try everything at all costs to hang on to a podium position, or you just consolidate and you take this opportunity to potentially have a P4 today, because what an
I mean, now that Piastri made it to third, what else is going to happen at that point? I mean, 30 seconds separate the top 3.
Surely that's got to be
Like, what else is going to happen at that point? Nothing. But what they've had was actually pretty solid so far.
It's been the best start to Alex Albon's career. Indeed, Williams absolutely flying. The podium may well be slipping away, but there is a strong result on the cards for the team. Charles Leclerc hasn't had an easy day, but he is now starting to come back. Here we go. He's in 7th. He's chasing Isaac Hadjar and closing in on him. Hadjar won't be able to defend using DRS. He's not enough. He's not close enough to the back of the car in front. That's Lewis Hamilton. So Charles Leclerc gets the DRS, closes it under him. Hadjar tries to defend, sweeps out.
Nope, Leclerc up to 6th.
Darts down the inside, and the Ferrari ahead of the Racing Bulls.
Yeah, the Racing Bulls, straight line speed, no match for the Ferrari today. And look at this race pace from the Ferrari. Absolutely mighty. It's what we saw in free practice 2 as well. There's Lewis Hamilton just ahead of Leclerc. He's really got the bit between the teeth right now, and I'm sure we're going to hear on the radio at some point, these harder tyres definitely stronger than Hamilton's mediums, who he's really nursing at this stage. So I'm sure we're going to be hearing a radio message at some point. A friendly request, perhaps, to Lewis Hamilton to let past the car with a better strategy, perhaps, at this stage in the race. Let's wait and see.
I look forward to those tasty radio messages. I'm already getting a few printed up on T-shirts. Here's Yuki Tsunoda, who is all over the back of Fernando Alonso. That top 5 start, as you were saying earlier, really falling away from him. His best qualifying since China last year. Fernando Alonso still yet to score points this season either. His last points in Abu Dhabi again last year, and it's falling away at the moment, but still confidence to be taken and some motivation for the team with the upgrades. The team saying not bringing massive amounts of time, but bringing a little something, and that qualifying giving that team a boost.
That earlier pit stop for the Aston Martins, going on to the harder tyres and then committing to it under the virtual safety car, choosing basically track position over the new tyre speed. So I think that's what's really hurting them right now.
Carlos Sainz just eyeing up Nico Hulkenberg down into town.
Sainz around Hulkenberg for 10th.
with better straight line speed round the outside, and Sainz gets himself up into the top 10. That's 2 Williams now inside the top 10, and Yuki Tsunoda has got ahead of Fernando Alonso as well to worsen the Spaniard today. He's now down to 13 with his teammate a couple of seconds behind Stroll in 14th, and we're just about to see how it happens. So while we were watching Sauber versus Williams, Aston Martin versus Red Bull,
Tsunoda by Alonso.
to get through on that occasion. Let's check in with Ted.
Just looking across the Red Bull garage, all calm there.
So far, this has definitely been next lap will be 20 to go. It's been a lot more interesting because a lot of the passes that they've been able to show, they've all been in the top half, so it's the positions that matter the most compared to a lot of the other types of usually when a pass gets replayed, it's in the back. These are all been for important positions, so major plus for this race.
It's like luckiest driver in the world.
He's still got the passion, hasn't he, after all these years? Fernando Alonso. But Verstappen's lap times in these long runs just so metronomically consistently perfect, and Lando's not really closing on him by a tenth or so. But do you think Lando's got any kind of pace? And Bernie, Harry, and
Franz Herman for the win. Good God. Because that's because he did the he drove on the Nürburgring under a false name and set an unofficial track record on a GT3. Absolutely cracked.
Tough for Norris, but let's see, because we still could have a few spanners thrown into the works as we start to creep in to the latter part of this Grand Prix. Max Verstappen, who has been having a nice time of it so far, well, when you compare it to Fernando Alonso.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, Gasly, I think that was a thank you for being let through on Franco Colapinto, who's been having a quiet race, but down in 16th after making a bit of a mess in qualifying yesterday. Alpine doing a great job to get that car repaired in time for the Grand Prix today.
Yeah, it was the right thing to do, wasn't it? Colapinto hasn't had the speed, of course, of Pierre Gasly all weekend, and yes, Pierre Gasly finds himself out of position now. The car, although it hasn't got the same race pace qualities as it did in qualifying, it's still, I feel like he's a bit out of position right now. Looking at Leclerc,
Oscar sits fastest lap, 1:19.231.
3 seconds behind now. He's seemed to have calmed down in his approach. Now he's displaced the cars that he really needed to. Now focusing on getting through to the end of this race, and maybe he'll be on the attack later on, giving Lewis the chance as well to do exactly the same thing. But obviously, very different tyres for them, different strategies going on at this point. Hamilton, wonder when he's going to start focusing in on the back of Alex Albon's Williams. Is it achievable? Based on the race pace we've seen so far from Ferrari this weekend, you'd have to say yes, it is. But which one has the better tyres to get that job done? My gut feeling is that it's Leclerc. The longer we go into this race, I feel like these harder tyres are going to be the ones to see him through. And if you're going to mount an attack on that Williams, maybe it's the car we're riding on board with right now, but Lewis will try everything he can to stop that from happening, I'm sure.
Yeah, 1.3 seconds, the gap. You can see it visibly what that looks like as Leclerc makes his way through Tamburello.
And I'm sure at some point Leclerc's going to be on the radio making that call saying, I'm starting to feel the turbulence here. Let's have a think.
Celebrating 1 year, though, as well for Charles Leclerc and race engineer Brian Botson and their relationship together. So crucial to have a strong relationship on your pit wall, just like we do up in race control. Bernie Collins.
Thanks for that, Harry. I was just watching the lap times of Hamilton versus Albon. He's closing at a rate around 4 or 5 tenths a lap, so not as strong as you would maybe expect from the Ferrari versus the Williams at this stage. And with the gap we currently have, that's going to take him 14 or 15.
Antonelli's off, sorry Bernie. Antonelli going slow, and Antonelli, let's hear from him.
Oh no! Kimi Antonelli! Engine problem.
An issue for Kimi Antonelli. What's this going to do?
This track is miles away from Bologna, his hometown. Oh, he's out.
What's that going to do? Antonelli
We're going to get a safety car.
on the exit of the Tosa hairpin. Yellow flag out in that sector. Ferrari ready themselves in the pit lane. If a safety car, a VSC.
Please be regular safety car, just to make the race more
18
interesting.
seconds
Well,
compared
no safety car!
28 seconds under green flag, and it's safety car.
Damn!
It's full safety car.
Kimi Antonelli out of
Kimi Antonelli,
the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix.
boy from Bologna on home soil, showed his school class around here on Thursday.
That sucks
Not being strong enough
for him.
Antonelli, but what is that going to do to this race? Let's just see and hear what happened to Antonelli coming through Villeneuve.
Yeah, car broke down.
And just comes out.
You know what, Harry? As we see probably Max Verstappen coming in right now. Yes, he does. So that's a free pit stop.
All right. Well,
Yes, geez, if Alonso's the unluckiest driver in the virtual
Verstappen
safety car,
pits.
Verstappen's got to be the luckiest. Yeah, let's bring in Bernie Collins again.
What's he on, mediums now? No, more
So
hards.
it's going to be very interesting to see what Norris does now, because Norris doesn't have a free pit stop. He will come out behind Piastri. What do McLaren do as a team? Piastri also doesn't have a free pit stop behind him. So it's a very tough decision, I would say, for McLaren. Norris comes in.
Oh, it's slightly slow though for Lando Norris. Declare on the radio.
We need to stay out. We don't have a tyre that can do to the end.
Soft will be better than that.
It's 17 laps, Charles. 17 laps to the end.
How many laps have my medium?
Medium has 11 laps.
Through goes Piastri. I wonder, Norris was going very slowly out the pit lane, but he does emerge. But it's the Williams that's going to be side by side, but as they come out under safety car conditions, who got there first? Lando Norris. Just making his way through there.
Hamilton gets rid of his medium tyres as well. He's onto the hards. And that's Isaac Hadjar in the background as well on his way in. But it sounded like, before we saw these pit stops, I was saying, it sounded like Antonelli. It coincided with running over
Well,
the curb on the exit.
Norris almost lost position to Albon. Wait,
Literally, as soon as he went
Norris
onto
is
the curb,
behind. Well,
he seemed
Piastri
to
not
lose
pit yet?
drive.
Antonelli's first Grand Prix retirement comes in his home event. Won't be long though until he can focus on the next race next week in Monaco. So Hadjar pits then. Norris just got out ahead of Alex Albon. It'll be interesting here what the two McLarens do and how the team operate that. Lando Norris now with the advantage of younger tyres. Max Verstappen with the continued advantage as Alonso comes in as well.
So with Albon staying out there, you'd have to say he's going to be in a bit more of a vulnerable position, especially with the likes of Hamilton, for example, who we saw put on that set of hard tyres. So although it was Albon putting Norris under pressure immediately after the pit stop, Norris stays ahead, he's got track position, but it's Albon who must be thinking, well, we might be in a situation like Aston Martin were earlier on, with others putting fresher tyres on around us.
We heard earlier on the radio, Charles Leclerc wanting to come in, but being told, well, we don't have a tyre that can make it all the way to the end. They feel safety car has caught Max Verstappen, so it's going to be a while before they close up, because we've just seen one of the Saubers come through as well. Ted?
I don't know about that. I mean, once we do all the safety car stuff and get the car out the way and all of the things we have to do, it's probably going to be, what, 11, 12 laps to the end?
Yeah.
And I think a soft could have done that. So, yeah, Leclerc not getting the service. But Piastri, let's talk about him not pitting either. And, well, that's going to make it very vulnerable for Norris.
Albon does come in, and so he's not in that position that we thought he might be in, so that's perfect from Williams. But the safety car, that's going to be a sprint to the end with everyone bunched up.
It's been a rather enjoyable Emilia Romagna Grand Prix so far. Qualifying was fantastic, and if this is the last Imola race we get for a little while, well, it is putting on a show for us.
It would be a good way to go out, that's for sure.
The Italian countryside, and giving the engineers, I think, a headache on the pit wall with how they negotiate this one. But for Max Verstappen and the Red Bull team, well, was it all done on lap 1 of turn 1? Absolutely fantastic racing, but with a sprint to the finish, it'll all close up, and it could be fireworks towards the end. Well, as they start to close up, there will be a disparity between who's on used and who's on new tyres. Bernie Collins, can you fill us in on that?
Yeah, there's a lot going on, Harry, but I think what we mentioned, Piastri down 17-lap old hard tyres, didn't take the pit stop. Norris did. We'll talk through this one.
Yeah, this was the slow stop, wasn't it, Bernie? Just that right front, just awkwardly going on there.
just to pick up on that, you know, he was very, very close with Albon on exit. They were checking with the FIA who actually was ahead when they got to that safety car line, but he didn't lose any positions because of that. This is just a check here. Oh, it's very close.
It's tight.
Very close.
If anything,
Albon
it looks
ahead.
like Albon was the one ahead.
But now Albon's boxed, so they can't give that position back anymore. So it's going to be tricky what they do now with this. But I think the other tricky thing is, what are McLaren going to do across their two cars at the restart? They've got 16 laps different tyre age, so Norris should be significantly faster.
But we could have our first proper McLaren team fight, but Piastri might be doing it with one hand tied behind his back.
This is a really interesting deliberation now for McLaren then, isn't it? The best tyres you have to fight Max Verstappen for the race win today is Lando Norris, who sits behind Oscar Piastri, but they're fighting for their own world championship. What do you do?
I wouldn't want to be on the pit wall at McLaren. I don't know about you, but we could be in for an absolute sprint finish. Fireworks perhaps thrown up in the closing stages of this Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. The field closing up under safety car because Kimi Antonelli has had to pull over and retire his Mercedes, a recovery vehicle required to be out on track and get that car into a safe space. So the safety car called for that. Strong showings too so far for the likes of Alex Albon, who did come into the pits under this period, so will also be in the hunt for another top 5 finish this season. Could he make it back-to-back top 5 finishes and continue Williams' spectacular year? Right now, they've got 2 cars inside the top 10. And just on the periphery, Isaac Hadjar, Nico Hulkenberg too.
I'm looking to see if we can finish at the
Leclerc's 4th. I think he'll be fine. Oh. Well, I mean, there's a lot of people who are on hard, so.
Charlotte Leclerc questioning whether these tyres could even get him into the end and keep himself in the point. We'll have another lap under safety car. But Ted, tyres the constant talk of the town, and it will be when we go racing again, because McLaren have got some things to do in the last 10 laps or so.
Well, we've got a situation like in Japan where McLaren have to work as a team to try and beat Max Verstappen. On that day in Japan, remember a few months ago, a couple of months ago, they didn't take the opportunity, but even this morning, Harry, the team radio?
I see Oscar's tyres are pretty dead. If we want any chance of trying to go for the lead, then I guess we know what to do. I'm not asking him to let me by, I'm just saying let's not make it too hard for one another. That's all. If we fight, then we can go backwards.
He is kind of asking to be through, and Andrea Stella was saying that we've learnt the lessons from Japan. Well, this will prove it, won't it? Won't it? Have they? And I would imagine, if he's true to his word, Stella, which he always has been in my experience, they will say to Oscar, look, the only chance we've got, the best chance, or maybe not the only chance, but clearly the best chance, is for you to let Lando Norris past immediately and let him have a go at Max Verstappen. But Verstappen, as we've said, is no slouch. His car is quick, and he's on the new tyres. It won't be easy for either McLaren.
No, but surely they've got to give their drivers a chance. Norris does have the advantage of those cleaner tyres. The race hasn't panned out for Oscar Piastri ever since his first pit stop.
Well, I mean, I'm torn with this decision, Harry, let alone McLaren, because although I want to see McLarens fight each other, the two drivers on track, no team orders, I mean, I'm kind of relishing the opportunity to see that, because we haven't really so far. The two drivers go toe-to-toe, but equally, I want to see the leader of the race challenged as well.
Yeah, which has not happened all freaking race, so that would be a cherry on top, in my opinion.
A week of celebration, safety car out on track. The first safety car deployed at the 1973 Canadian Grand Prix. Gone through a few iterations of car at the front now this weekend. That Aston Martin leading the way for another lap. It's taking a little longer, I think, than they would have liked to get Kimi Antonelli's car in a safe position. One of 2 retirements along with Esteban Ocon as well. Just 18 cars left in this field. There is that recovery vehicle which has now taken Antonelli's car, looks up to the top of the hill, to a marshal post and an exit. And there are the tyres.
There's the tire. You can kind of see the graining.
Against his teammate and himself to keep that car on the road in front. Piastri will be under pressure from the get-go. McLaren with a big decision to make.
And he's in exactly the same situation, isn't he, as Leclerc, who was complaining, not being negative or pessimistic in his own words, but he was saying old hard tyres this stage in the race going to be incredibly hard to restart. So if McLaren aren't going to do or give team orders to swap positions, that's when Lando Norris has to hit it hard.
It's going to be a sprint to the finish because we've still got to get Behrman to unlap himself too, who is in between Verstappen and Piastri at the moment. So the call will come for that on the timing screen shortly. Just taking a little longer than they would have liked, but starting to clear now in those track sectors. Verstappen then with the advantage of track position. Piastri with worn tyres, his teammate right behind with fresh tyres. Charles Leclerc too in the Ferrari has had a mighty race, battling up and down the grid, but has left himself perhaps short to the end with also highly degraded tyres. Alex Albon running well for Williams. George Russell's another one who might be struggling to the end on that set of tyres. He's had problems with the rear end of his Mercedes since, well, the formation lap. Lewis Hamilton too, in the end, the two Ferraris going for a split strategy, but both of them making gains from where they started. Sainz making it to Williams inside the top 10 at the moment. Hadjar going well, along with Nico Hulkenberg in the Sauber, who has quietly made his way up into the top 10. But with the field now closed up under safety car, once we get back going again, those final points places will also be a great battle, with Tsunoda working his way from the pit lane, trying to give something to Red Bull as they celebrate 400 Grand Prix. So too for Gasly and Liam Lawson as well. We've seen nothing of him. Talk about the two Aston Martins too, all the way down in 14th and 15th. There is the signal that lapped cars may now overtake.
All right, Behrman
will
get his lap back.
Released and will make his way and form up right at the back.
So yeah, we've got a little bit more time therefore to let the lap cars overtake the safety car and work their way back around. As you can see on the track map to the right hand side, Ollie Behrman released from the safety car, got to work his way back around to the back of the pack before we get going again.
Yeah, just making his way now through Aqua Minerale. Okay, so they'll start to form up then before we get this race restarted, and it will be a sprint to the finish. Let's check in with Sky's race control, Bernie Collins.
Yeah, I expect it'll be this lap high, like you say. So as we've gone through, the ones to watch: Piastri, Leclerc, Russell and Sainz, all on old hard tyres, 22-lap old hard tyres. Are they going to restart well enough? That's a big question. Quickly listen to Piastri's radio. There was no chat on Piastri's radio of boxing under that safety car. He didn't ask for it. They didn't tell him to. There would have been enough space to stack the cars.
Thanks, Bernie. Well, Oliver Behrman then unleashed to join at the back of the pack. Lewis Hamilton, we're hearing on the radio, is saying that we're just wasting laps while under the safety car, but it's important to make sure the car is cleared in a safe space.
Well, also
recovery vehicles are on the track.
Exactly. What the drivers can't see in that situation, see where the safety vehicles are, where the marshals are on track as well, as we're going to do another lap here. And they're just following protocol. You can't be frustrated as much as we want to see the race going again and the drivers want to get going again. You can't or shouldn't mess with the protocol.
Never mess with the protocol, not when Anthony Davidson is standing next to you. But as well, for the likes of Oscar Piastri, for Charles Leclerc, for George Russell, well, as I say that, the safety car is ending. But this would have helped them and given them a little bit less to deal with on those really worn tyres. But official confirmation then from race control that the safety car is coming in at the end of this lap. So Bert Mailander at the wheel of that Aston Martin will floor it back to the pit
All right.
lane.
Gonna restart with 10 to go.
Effectively take control of the pace.
Well, what the safety car is likely to do in this situation, Harry, is to drive actually a little bit slower to allow Behrman to catch back up to the back of the pack. And then you hear the driver saying, why is the safety car driving so slowly? Well, again, you're actually saving time by the safety car going slowly. So, yeah, Behrman now works his way out of the Tamburello chicane as they're heading down out of Piratella. So he's almost there.
Yeah, just a couple of corners away from the back of Gabriel Bortoletto, who is in 17th position. He's just behind Colapinto at the back. Two Aston Martins from top 10 qualifying positions now find themselves in 14th and 15th. So Behrman not too far away from closing up as they now start to form up the safety car in this lap. So Bert Mailander now making his way back to the pits. Verstappen slows right down, weaving to try and get that all-important tyre temperature for Piastri. There is a tyre disparity up inside the top 7, some with fresher tyres, some with not. It's going to be a sprint to the finish for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Max Verstappen, Red Bull versus McLaren. Lando Norris making his case for a quick battle with his teammate Oscar Piastri. But what about Charles Leclerc as well? Max Verstappen.
Here we go. Green, green, green again at Imola.
As we continue round, green flag running.
All right.
Sprint to the finish. Verstappen leads Oscar Piastri. Lando Norris over the line. Can Norris close up enough to try something into Tamburello? Charles Leclerc might fancy his chances to the inside.
Leclerc trying to get to the inside. Tamburello can't get it done. No one's trying to make the pass in Tamburello.
Through Tamburello, good restart from Max Verstappen.
I was busy watching the pressure that Lando Norris was putting on Oscar Piastri, but then in his mirror suddenly you've got the hard-charging Ferrari. That straight-line speed is something else to there, and that was without DRS, of course.
Yeah, DRS will be activated the next lap around, but Verstappen with the restart.
Max is already out of DRS range. Here comes. That's Albon trying to get around Leclerc. Can't get there. Tsunoda passes Hulkenberg for 10th.
Watching George Russell's Mercedes with great intrigue over the top chicane.
Albon with the tyre advantage, of course, over Leclerc, who we heard complaining on the radio, teeing it up to his team, saying not being pessimistic, but yeah, here we go. Alex Albon gets a good run through the Ravazzas.
Tsunoda managing to get himself up into the points on that restart and putting Hulkenberg down outside the top 10. Just seen an incident involving Norris and Albon noted for a safety car infringement. Was that from earlier when Norris was fed out into the lap, onto the track, and Albon was right there. We saw the replay of it. It looked so tight to where that safety car line was. Need a closer look at that. That 55 of 63 in the closing stage of this Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. And this was the move I just mentioned. Yuki Tsunoda up and over the hill at the Piratella.
Crosses the line, gets the better arm on the exit, and the Sauber's in the gravel momentarily as well for good measure. So nicely planned there by Yuki Tsunoda.
Managing to get 2 Red Bulls inside the points now. Tsunoda having made his way up there from the pit lane. Verstappen though, 1.8 seconds out in front, and that gap increasing. Norris versus Piastri. This is going to be a headache for the McLaren pit wall. Lando Norris has fresher hard tyres. Oscar Piastri with not as fresh tyres, but Piastri at the moment keeping
9 to
ahead.
go.
Norris will need to try and close up with DRS, and maybe he'll feel like he'll need to show the team how much quicker he is. Let's see how much pace he can gather down the start-finish straight with DRS. Piastri won't get any of it.
So it's that 4/10 of a second advantage you get around this circuit by using DRS. Not enough this time for Lando Norris.
At 56 of 63. The problem is, though, that Max Verstappen is already
2.5 seconds clear. 3 seconds clear of Norris. We have 8 to go.
clear of Piastri now.
It's the dream scenario, isn't it? You've got a car that's potentially quicker than you, but on worse tyres, holding up the guy that's on the fresher tyres that could be your biggest threat.
It's been a dreamy Sunday for Max Verstappen, it has to be said, but he made it happen with that first lap move round the outside of Oscar Piastri. Just update from race control, that's safety car infringement, no further investigation between Lando Norris and Alex Albon, so they can put that out of their minds and race all the way to the very end. So Verstappen holding fort at the front, Norris closing in on his teammate Piastri, Charles Leclerc's got Alex Albon on his back, and Lewis Hamilton, you can see here, over Variante Alta, riding the curbs, closing in on George Russell, who's also struggling to make his tyres go all the way to the end.
So the 2 drivers on the attack at the moment. Yeah, Hamilton, you keep an eye on him on the left-hand side, as you said, Harry, and obviously Lando Norris as well, as Max Verstappen bolts out of there. DRS over once again from Norris, but if anything, slightly further back this time around. Piastri will obviously be using the overtake button as well in a defensive
Yes,
manner.
Piastri just trying to hold on to the points. Here comes Hamilton around George Russell for 6th.
Is there a Mercedes to his left? No, there isn't. Hamilton lining that one up and picking off his old teammate to get inside the top 6. Russell will now have sight all over the back of him, and Isaac Hadjar, who were involved in a nice dice. Then Yuki Tsunoda actually not too far down the road either. That's the top 10. They are your point scorers. Lando Norris, when we just saw him a moment ago, I think this is the closest he has been so far since we restarted this race. Less than half a second splitting the two teammates. One who has performed so well this season, the other who has had peaks and troughs, but is trying to keep things consistent and take the charge continually over what is a long season. 24 races in the calendar. We're only at round number 7. There is a long way to go here. Both drivers will know that every point matters when we get to the checkered flag in Abu Dhabi. The win looks like it may well have slipped away. 4 seconds now between Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri. But can Lando Norris find anything down the DRS with that 0.4 of a second advantage it gives you, plus the fresher rubber?
Closest he's been.
Here we go. Piastri will hug that inside line coming into Tamburello. Norris to the outside.
Norris, can he get around Piastri? He can. With 6 to go. Lando Norris passes Oscar Piastri. Now he's going to run off in the sunset. Probably won't catch up to Max, but he gets second back.
Excellent driving from both of them, actually. And I have to applaud McLaren as well. Zach Brown there on the pit wall, letting them race.
And watching it all unfold. Just behind them, though, lovely battle continuing. Charles Leclerc ahead of Alex Albon. Leclerc, we heard him on the radio, didn't think he'd be able to make it all the way to the end and is struggling. He's got pressure from Albon behind, who, if he could get 4th position at the close of this Grand Prix, would be on for his best result of the season.
And what I was just going to see a replay of this of Norris. Look how far back he came, but that was the closest he had been. That's all he needed. The DRS combination with a bit of slipstream round the outside on the braking zone. And that was close, so close. Piastri, a bit of oversteer for good measure. Looked like maybe they even momentarily touched there. Front right wing perhaps, but either way, precision driving from the two McLarens, and as everyone at that team must have had their heart in their mouth for a moment. Here comes Albon though, on Leclerc.
We're in Imola. Who said you can't overtake? Alex Albon trying round the outside, but Charles Leclerc putting that Ferrari in all the right places. Two pros racing it out. They know how to defend. They know how to attack. And Albon so confident with that Williams machine now, pushing them forward, pushing the team forward ahead of a seismic change next year. Looking strong, but still not able to find 4th place yet.
What Leclerc really needs in this situation, Harry, is to just chip away at those 5/10 to Piastri, who's in front of him. But it's going to be difficult because they're on the same age tyres, of course. That will relieve him a little bit because he's got the DRS then, if he can just get those 5/10 in the bag. And that's what Albon's dearly wishing that his competitor doesn't achieve.
Scored in 5 of the first 6 races as Alex Albon. Looking to make it 6.
5 to go.
7. About 59 of 63. Time running out though for Albon in the Williams.
I mean, what else is going to happen at this point?
Time, but while they're doing battle, they're bringing Lewis Hamilton into the equation as well, and he will get a dose of the DRS too. Will Hamilton, the rear wing slot opens, Leclerc under pressure, he doesn't get DRS. Here comes Alex Albon. What does Leclerc do? Moves to the inside, once again forcing the car to the outside, but late on the brakes, is there going to be...
Oh,
so close.
Albon forced off.
Over the gravel, rally style, keeps it together.
He's gonna lose 2 spots, Leclerc and Hamilton. And the Tifosi are going nuts from that.
Albon had to do it. He had to do it. It was now or never for him because he could see Lewis Hamilton catching up.
Well, I guess something did happen. We have 4 to go.
So Lewis was always going to be on the attack there. Saw the opportunity. This is what usually happens when a driver tries to go around the outside of Tamburello. Now, is there contact?
There would have been, though, if he hadn't bailed out.
That wasn't first.
I want to see how much of his car was actually alongside before it turns. It's a difficult one to see there.
Very almost touched. Did not.
Wasn't it? Should he be given the room?
I'll tell you what,
Personally,
good job of avoiding and coming back on.
the rule book says you have to have more of your car further ahead if you're the overtaker on the outside. I feel like Leclerc just about had the authority of the corner.
It has been noted by race control, but now with the Williams dispatched, it's Ferrari versus Ferrari. Split strategies.
Here comes Hamilton around the outside to take 4th place.
Into the top 10 now. Hamilton through on his teammate. Leclerc didn't make that as difficult for the Williams for the Ferrari teammate as he did for his Williams rival. Hamilton up
3
to
laps to
4th.
go.
Charles Leclerc 5th, and already though Albon recovering from that off right onto the tail of Charles Leclerc once more.
Bit of dust kicked up. I don't know from who on the exit of the Villeneuve chicane there. Was it Piastri? Albon getting racy again now that Hamilton's passed both of them. He's on the back of Leclerc once more.
So Hamilton up to 4th, then comes Charles Leclerc. This battle going all the way to the checkered flag. Verstappen's moving out in front. He's over 6 seconds clear.
So what's this? Russell and Albon? No, it's Albon and Leclerc.
By over 4.5 seconds. Hamilton now inside that top 4. This the battle for 5th place on lap 61 of 63.
But yeah, this has definitely been the best race of the season. Why at Imola? Like, honestly, Imola is one of the worst tracks, and yet it put on a show. If Monaco puts on a show, I don't know. This might have to be my new 2nd favorite motorsport.
Especially when Leclerc will not have DRS. Strong straight line speed from Albon. Will he move right or left? It's right. It's to the outside. Cuts back in. Will he force Leclerc deep and get better traction out on exit? Albon out of Tamburello has a little
2 laps to go.
Leclerc still ahead, but by a whisker. Albon has to bail out through the Villeneuve chicane.
I think Albon just about ran out of electrical energy there. He had pressed the overtake button, of course, but for a long time. On the main straight, not much he can do here. Leclerc really struggling, though, through the Tosa hairpin. Albon getting more and more frustrated as he runs out of time.
Both cars sliding out of the Tosa hairpin. Sides, by the way, less than a second behind Russell, also bringing Isaac Hadjar along with him too. Meanwhile, Alonso is actually not too far away from Yuki Tsunoda and perhaps stealing a point for the first time this season on the penultimate lap of this race.
Here we go. So, Albon needs the best 2 corners of his life coming up here, down towards the Ravats as we come. You've got to be late on the brakes. You've got the turbulence working against you. And tuck the car into the inside.
Leclerc told to he's told to give back the position.
I don't think we're going to get the fight.
All right, white flag is out. Last lap at Imola. The battle for 5th place still ongoing between Leclerc and Albon. I don't know if Albon will have the speed. He goes to the inside, entering Tamburello. Albon to P5.
The racing move through Tamburello, but Leclerc then letting Albon through, racing but also wary of a penalty maybe coming his way. That now should not stand, but he is under investigation still.
That's how racing is now. When you cut fast, you need to let fast. This is a joke. What did I do wrong?
I think Charles Leclerc makes his thoughts pretty clear on that.
As the rule book said and how I saw it at the time, I'll give it another look, of course, on the skypad afterwards. But from knowing the rules, like Leclerc will, the drivers and the stewards have come up with this rule book, and you have to have a significant part of your car further alongside on the outside if you're making the overtaking move for it to be your corner.
Well, but for Max Verstappen, who sees the checkered flag in
Max Verstappen wins the AWS Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. What are we at? Win number 66 now?
Lando Norris crosses the line in second,
65.
chasing down his rival, but in the
Or
end,
is it 64th? I don't know.
Oscar Piastri having
Norris 2nd, Piastri 3rd, Hamilton 4th, Albon 5th, Leclerc for now is 6th, 7th is Russell, 8th, Carlos Sainz, 9th, Isaac Hadjar, and 10th is Yuki Tsunoda. And pretty good F1 race, not gonna lie. And if it was bad, I would say it very eagerly. But that is that. Later today, I don't know when I'll be able to stream, but modified race at 2, All-Star Open at 5, All-Star race at 8 p.m. all Eastern time. Thanks to those who showed up. Have a good one. BowserJrXD signing off.